Hey everyone, it's Luke here from LT Gaming and welcome back to you LT Gamers. Today I have a quick review for you and I'm taking a look at SGS Battle for Stalingrad. This is the first installment in the Battle 4 series, which is new to the SGS franchise. The aim of the Battle series is to portray a grand tactical conflict rather than a grand strategic conflict like some of the other titles in the series. So if we look to SGS Korean War or NATO's Nightmare or Okinawa or Taiping's, they all portray big, large strategic conflicts. The Battle 4 series wants to zoom in a little bit closer and look at the tactical engagements, and I really welcome this as the engines suit both. As you know, we've been big advocates of the SGS series on this channel and we've covered a number of different games, so if you want to take a look at those, make sure to jump around the channel and look at our reviews of Taiping's, NATO's Nightmare and Montezuma. I think I did a let's play for that actually, so if you want to check that out, it's a bit of a longer format. If this video is popular, I might let's play one of the shorter scenarios also, as I think it's fun to do that sometimes. Stalingrad, of course, was a major battle for the ages and a turning point in World War II, an incredibly bloody conflict played out at the end of 1942. The game portrays this on a battalion scale and you can relive one of the fiercest and deadliest battles in history, hell in a small place. There are a number of different scenarios within SGS Stalingrad and I think this caters to both sides, so you can play a grand campaign of around 32 turns. Now it's not as long as some of the strategic titles, but then again this is a far more focused battle with a lot more going on every turn. I think that's one of the selling points, right? But you can also play a number of different campaigns or scenarios that are less than 5 turns, and those are still fun and quite in-depth. And this really is the strength of SGS Stalingrad or the new Battle 4 series. It's a more focused experience. In some of the larger titles like Taiping's and Korea, there can be turns where there is quite a bit of downtime and you're moving your forces around. In this, it's battle pretty much every turn, so be prepared for non-stop conflict. There is a large amount of history that gets communicated to you in this game, including the rules and changes from other SGS titles. In particular, there are new additions of how artillery works and air support. These additions are very welcome as they make the game a more tactical experience and adjust the engine to suit. I really enjoyed the artillery phases because they are pretty brutal on your opponent and I enjoyed the new mechanic. Right everyone, if you've made it this far into the video, it's time to drop down below, like, comment and subscribe to our channel. We really feel we're going places and me and Tom appreciate all of your support. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, you will know that I'm a fan of the SGS series, their presentation, it's really buttery smooth. There's a lot of older war games that just don't work this well, and when I found SGS Montezuma all those months ago, it did open up such a great enjoyment for me. I've played most of the SGS titles, I've been talking to Philippe who develops and runs the company Avalon Digital, and I really have a passion for these games. They had a huge hit with NATO's Nightmare, which was great, really good game on a large scale, and I got to speak to the developer also. My personal favourite does remain SGS Haya Safari. It's a beautiful game set in Africa in a time period I knew very little about, but it taught me so much. So I have to say I'm going to be a fan of the presentation here. It's very interesting, it's a little quirky and you need to get used to it, but it's intuitive and it doesn't take a huge amount of research to work out what you need to do and how to play. The unit cards are very well illustrated as with other titles in the series, and there is lots of information on hand for the player to explore. I would be quite confident that anyone with a little bit of playtime, reading the PDFs and then diving into the tutorial videos will have no problem picking up the mechanics of this game and then applying it to the rest of the series. Don't be put off by the wargame aspect here. If you are a seasoned wargamer, I think I'm getting there, I have to say. You will have a lot of fun with this game because there's so much to do, lots of scenarios to explore, and some really epic battles that take place between the Soviets and the Germans. And with the presentation staying very similar to the rest of the SGS games, you know I'm going to think that this is good, and I'm going to give the presentation and UI and the way that the game runs so smoothly a very high rating. I did encounter a few bugs during my playtime, and these have cropped up in other SGS titles, so I think by now they should have patched these out. However, they are quite minor. The game will occasionally jam on a phase and you have to reload, but it is enough to take you out of your thought process and the immersion of the battle you're involved in. I am happy to report, however, that one of the main challenges thrown at the SGS series and any wargame in general is how does the AI perform, and I think because this is at more of a tactical level, it performs pretty well and knows what to do most of the time. Occasionally it does make silly moves, where it has no morale and can't really beat you, but overall seems quite competent and definitely gives you a challenge. There is also quite a lot going on very fast in SGS Battle for Stalingrad, so if you want to start a little slower, perhaps another SGS title is the best place to go. If you're looking for all-out war, huge battles, artillery strikes, and trying to manage the taking or defending of Stalingrad, this is going to be the game for you. So I really can only conclude this one way. It's another excellent entry into the SGS franchise. And I know they have other Battle 4 titles in the works, so make sure to keep an eye out for those on the channel. Stalingrad is a well-made, smooth, enjoyable wargame. Go out and pick it up today and support Avalon Digital in their crusade to keep making these great wargames. So there we go, LT gamers, another cool wargame on the channel. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.